and to actually have them understand what we were trying to do, and in the end to agree with the conditions that we were putting on. So, further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Steele?
Aye.
Commissioner Norton?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, I think I'm going to start this time. Like I said, I believe we all three have statements that we would like to make, and I've written mine down because I really didn't want to forget anything. So I have never seen a project invoke the passion that this one does, like you just saw, on both sides. Everyone has an opinion, and most of those opinions are very, very strong. Please understand that this vote does not ignore those who oppose this project. Instead, we have done everything possible to listen to your concerns and to address those concerns over which we do have jurisdiction. We have worked for months toward the best possible resolution to this issue. This process truly is the American way of local government, which is played out in communities just like ours from coast to coast. And it has worked. We have been fair to both sides. My job here is to do what I believe is in the best interests of the county, the whole county. I do believe this project will not only bring in additional tax revenues to help the county itself, but retail and other sales to help our struggling local businesses. I also believe this project will bring people back here in the future for a very different kind of vacation. We all know that our economy relies very heavily on tourism, and we could not buy the kind of publicity this project would bring us at any price. Fremont County simply shines, and I believe visitors will see its attraction, will see all that we have to offer, and will be drawn back here in the future. Throughout this entire process, there has been one thing that has truly concerned me, and that is the massive amount of misinformation and propaganda that has been bandied about. Someone told me just last week that she would have no information on Over the River and its project if it hadn't been for letters to the editor in local newspapers. Believe me, I would just like to say, if your only source of information has been letters to the editor from either side of this issue, you have been badly misinformed. Please take the time to understand what this project is, as well as what this project is not. Citizens also seem to be harshly divided on making Over the River pay its own way. Personally, I have been hit very hard, even by some very good friends of mine, for, quote, nickel and diming Christo to death. And I've been told I'm not visionary enough to deserve something like this happening in my county. However, materials distributed by the Over the River Corporation itself say, and this is a direct quote, "The artists fund 100% of costs associated with Over the River, including the permitting process, manufacturing, installation, and removal of the project. The temporary work of art will be created without public subsidy or taxpayer support. Christo also will pay for additional visitor services during the river's exhibition, such as traffic control, trash removal, communications, and emergency response," end quote. Therefore, I do not believe I am nickel and diming anyone to death here. I believe I am holding the Over the River Corporation to their word and making them pay all additional costs the county would otherwise have to absorb. You can't have it both ways. Either they pay their own way or they do not. As your commissioners, we must be good stewards of taxpayer dollars here in Fremont County. I do know this decision is unpopular with many people. If we had voted to deny this project, we would have just as many angry constituents, if not more. I've been told many times that we were in a lose-lose situation with this decision. However, I decided to look at it another way. I think we found a way to win. Our taxpayers will not bear the costs of this project, but instead will benefit from additional revenues flowing into the county. We have placed conditions on Over the River that address and mitigate the concerns brought before us by the public where we have jurisdiction. Over the River still has several hurdles to jump before it can become a reality, so I encourage you all to take other concerns to the appropriate agencies, for example, the Colorado Department of Transportation or the Colorado